Welcome to another city update. We are going to have so much information for you to get plugged into. Some things coming up. We have the 4th of July. We have some things going on at Champlain Pool. We have the Walk of Fame nominations, and we're just going to talk about all of these different things.
But right now, we are in the middle of a heat wave here in Enid.
It is so hot.
I mean, right here we've got our little pink flamingo, and he's kind of set up for the heat. He's got his little hat, and he's got sunglasses. He's got some shade, and it looks like he might even have a cold refreshment that has its own umbrella too. So he's ready for the heat.
He is so ready. So ready. He is so cool. He's my favorite. I call him Fred. He just looks like a Fred. It could be a girl. I mean, it doesn't have to be, I don't know.
Well, there you go.
He's cool.
Hey, you know, on a more serious note, though, it is very hot outside, and, you know, we have a lot of city workers, and I know some of our listeners and people that might be watching this have positions and jobs where you're outdoors working, and please just take care of yourself for this next week, especially while it's really hot. Make sure you're, hydrating and staying in the shade when you can, and it is just going to be a brutal week. And so a reminder that, hey, I know sometimes we have little errands to run and we might have other people with us, but don't leave children or dogs unattended in a vehicle while you're out running errands and doing things. And it is that kind of heat that can be dangerous and hurt people. So especially people who might be doing things outdoors, working, riding bicycles or motorcycles, that sweat will be evaporated off of you so quickly that if you're not hydrating, you can put yourself in danger in no time at all.
Yeah, that's some really important stuff to know. And so we just wanted to kind of talk about the heat. And I know that yesterday I saw on my car that it said that it was like 102.
Yeah, we had 103 on ours. We were in the Stillwater area, and 103 degrees, pretty warm.
Yeah, it's like no oxygen in the air. But there's some information that we just feel like you need to know. And so these are some of the signs for the heat exhaustion and like the heat stroke and stuff like that. And so if you're dizzy or thirsty or heavy sweating, the nausea, the weakness, then that tends to be more the exhaustion side. And then a heat stroke is, in my opinion, like I've obviously, not just my opinion, but a medical opinion, that is extreme. Call 911. If you feel that you need to call 911, I would assume you can do that anyway. But just, I've never experienced that, thank goodness. But I mean, just get out of the heat. Drink lots of water.
That's the thing too, is once you start to experience the symptoms of heat exhaustion, you can't work through it. You need to stop and get some shade. And if you're waiting to hydrate until you've got to heat exhaustion, you should be hydrating before you go out and do any of these activities. And I make sure I drink at least 64 ounces of water even in the wintertime every day. And so in the summertime, when it's temperatures like this, we need a lot of hydration to stay healthy out there.
I don't drink that much water during the day. I mean, I drink water, obviously. I don't know that I drink that much. I don't know. I'm going to start counting, though. That has me wondering. But always drink water, and if you feel like you are just exhausted, get out of the heat and remove layers and get yourself cooler. And we cannot stress this enough. We do have an app with the Garfield County Emergency Management app, and it will tell you about the heat advisories that we have. Now, I know that there's a lot of our viewers that love gardening, and so gardening of all kinds, really. It could be vegetable, it could be flowers, it could be anything. Just please do that either in the morning or in the evening when it's the coolest, and that way you reduce the risk of heat exhaustion or heat stroke. And so, but always, if you feel like you are exhausted, if you feel like, oh, I don't feel right, then that means that you need to just stop.
This has been your public service announcement from Scott and Larissa because we care about you.
We do. I totally agree with that. Totally. Well, we have some other fun stuff on a lighter note. We just can't stress your health enough. And so on another note, we're going to talk about some fun, exciting things. So this week, now we have been talking about the Walk of Fame for how long now? Since, at least 2 months.
Yeah, a few months.
That's because that gives you enough time to get your nominations in. Well, this week is the deadline. So,
matter of fact, just a couple of days. So,
yeah.
Last call.
Wednesday.
If you know someone that would be a good nomination for someone who's contributed either their whole life and they have passed away, or someone that's living that is just an example of what being a good citizen in our community looks like, that contributes to community involvement, like this is the nomination for that kind of person. So please, we'd love to see those. Mail them in to 401 West Garriott, right there, attention city clerk, nomination for Walk of Fame.
You can go into their office too.
You bet.
From what I understand, you can go in there and they'll help you and they'll walk you through it. So,
matter of fact, since it's due just in a few days, it might be a good idea to bring them in and hand them in person.
Yep. Yeah, because the mail
can
lag.
Could take more than a couple days.
Yeah, for sure. And that way you can secure that nomination. So, well, that's fun. So that ends on Wednesday. So don't hesitate to don't sit out on that one. So we have some really fun stuff. So I just want to say happy Father's Day, Scott. Because this weekend is going to be Father's Day, and so on Sunday. So what kind of fun stuff do you have planned? Are you just going to sit around? Are you going to grill?
Well, I'm not sure yet. One of my kids is married in another state, and my other son is home for the summer. I don't know what we're going to do yet. I'm sure we'll have some fun, and hopefully we'll get the grill out. I do love donuts.
So then we'll see you there.
So I have to see what we're doing on June 17th.
Well,
thanks.
Well, you're welcome.
I just got off the phone with my dad right before the show. So
that's true. You did.
Yeah.
Well, Donuts with Dad is going to be at Champion Gym, right? Champion Gym, and that is on June 17th, and that is from 5 to 7 p.m., and so that is going to be complimentary donuts and refreshments, and so that is so much fun, and that is an invitation to dads with all kinds of children.
I got to give a shout out. Our Parks and Rec department is doing some great things just to try to provide opportunity for connection to happen. Mm-hmm. And they're doing great at that, setting up those type of events. So thanks for making that happen for us. And I hope that a lot of people will come out and participate and foster those relationships with their children. I know that every great society needs good male role models to pass on to their children, and so any father that wants to kind of do that for their children, this is an event for you.
Well, so last month they do a lot of events, and I think that it's awesome the amount of events that they do, and they're free. So it's complimentary. It's free for you to attend and to join in, and so you don't have to do anything.
Speaking of Parks and Rec and free events, there are a number of things that are going to be happening on 4th of July.
Yes, there are.
I'm not sure if I'm jumping ahead. If that's next
you kind of are, but I can see that you're excited, so I'm going to let you go ahead and go with it, and then we'll get to that image in a minute.
So first of all, before the fun events, just a reminder, and I'm sure that next week we'll probably have some slides coming up throughout the rest of June, but city offices and the library, different places will be closed in observance of Independence Day, so we want everyone to be safe and go out and celebrate this great country that we get to live in. And in honor of that, there are all kinds of events that are going to be happening on Independence Day, starting at 4:30 a.m. You can get registered for the fishing derby, the check-in.
That's so early.
4:30 a.m. That's even before I get up, and I get up early. Mm-hmm. So from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. there are going to be food trucks out there at Meadow Lake Park. and the fishing derby begins at 5:30. So there'll be registration, and there'll be people making sure that you can't get there early and start catching fish before 5:30. So don't even try it. 5:30 is when the fishing derby begins till 11. They'll have the fish weigh in later. There's going to be paddle boats available from noon till right before the fireworks begin. So they won't let anyone out after 8:15 p.m. to make sure the paddle boats get back, before fireworks. And from noon to 10, they'll have the train going out there. The concession stand's going to be open. Mini golf and snow cones are going to be open. And at 5 p.m., we'll have watermelon and water provided for people. And yeah, the rest of the Kiwanis rides will be open from 6 to 9. And then at 8:30, the orchestra will start. And then when it gets dark, fireworks will be going on. So that is our 4th of July festivities that we have ready. So get to the park, get your spot. And I would say this one thing too. I would encourage you, if you're going out there, to be a good citizen in our community. And sometimes it's disheartening after an event like this when you see the amount of litter that sometimes gets left out on the grass. And so this year I would encourage you, if you're going to take care of your own trash, and if you see a few cups or bottles on your way out, if you could help us to pick those up and put it in the trash can, that would be so helpful. Because this is a lot of work that goes in coordination to put a schedule like this together with the Enid Symphony Orchestra and Western Fireworks, who puts on an amazing show in our community.
To further your commercial, to further that, I would like to say, don't forget that sometimes animals get scared of the booms and stuff like that. And so I donated, oh my goodness, I rescued Daisy. So I don't know how she's going to react, because this is our first 4th. And so I don't know if I take her to the fireworks. I don't know how she's going to react to that. If I leave her at home, you can hear it from my house. I don't know how she's going to react to that. So I guess we'll see. But just keep in mind that animals don't necessarily understand what's going on. And so it scares them because it's a loud boom and they don't...
She might need a weighted blanket and some lavender, smells or something.
Or a pillow or a spa day. She could get her nails done. I don't know. But, maybe. I don't know. But
yeah, the Enid Police Department usually puts out, anytime someone's going to have a fireworks celebration, they usually put something out on their Facebook page about that. And it's kind of neat what they do.
Yeah. The Enid Police Department is amazing. They really are. Yeah. Well, we're going to jump into some of the things that the library is doing. And so first of all, the library has tons of things going on. They have things going on every day of the month. And so it is spectacular what they have going on. And we get the privilege of being able to highlight some of those things that happen.
If you missed it, first Friday at the beginning of the month, they had a petting zoo out there.
She said they had 600.
Over 600 people go through. So that's pretty neat.
That is amazing.
Have something going on.
Yeah, I would have been there for hot dogs. But I can't say I didn't know, because I do.
Yeah.
I think I got sidetracked. So, but the cool thing is on, what is that, June 18th, which is a Saturday, they are going to have art with Meyer Williams. Now, Meyer has been here before, and so there's been a great turnout for her. And what does she do exactly? Well, I can't say that I know exactly what she does, but I know that she is a photographer. She is a sculptor. She draws in chalk and watercolors, and she does all kinds of things that are, I was going to display some of her artwork, but copyright, I couldn't. So, but you can go to her website and you can check her work out. And she will be doing a short presentation on what exactly she does. and she will also be helping you can do your own art. So you can sit with her and you can have her help. So that's pretty neat.
I think we were all made to be creators. We were all made to create something, whether that be music or art or you name it. People are supposed to build things with their hands and supposed to use their minds to be creative. And so I love these opportunities when they come up, because art is something that I think has been built into every person in some fashion, whether that be building Lego or something. We all have an artistic side to us.
Yesterday, that is so awesome. Yesterday, I was sitting down with Tyler, which is my 11-year-old, and we were building with Connects. And it is so cool. We built a motorcycle out of Connects. Obviously, we found a YouTube video, but
you might have a little engineer in your hand.
I mean, it was cool. I really wanted to just go buy him like so much more, because we were missing some pieces or whatnot, but it was so cool to see. And I want him to be able to just dive into that and just build. And I think that's probably where his future is.
That's right. Don't miss that opportunity at the library.
For sure. And they have all kinds of other events, and so you can go to their website and you can get more information on things like that. They have things from like babies all the way to seniors, and so I am just so amazed at what all they have going on. So if you want to get plugged into something, definitely the library is where that is at. And you'll love the staff over there. They are really amazing. So we have, Champlain Pool has some pretty cool stuff going on. They have cardboard and duct tape boat races. Now this is June 25th. And so you have some more time, but you have to register for this, I believe. And so it's from 6 to 8 p.m. And we know that it takes more than just one day to build a boat. And so there are some guidelines that you have to follow within that. And so you can go to enid.org/parks and you can get that information and do that. Last year we had some really cool entries. And it was just cool. They have different awards that they do. They have a Titanic award, and they have like awards for who sank the fastest, or they have awards for who made it, championship. It was just really cool to see the interactions, a family that came together and built boats out of cardboard and duct tape only. It was really remarkable to see that.
That's amazing.
So, as we were talking about the 4th of July, the theme of it is the Wild Wild West. And so, it is going to be just so much of a blast. And so, if you love the symphony and music like that, then you definitely want to be there. It really is amazing to hear that Enid has a wonderful symphony. They are really spectacular. And then, of course, the fireworks are going to start at 9:30. And if you love to fish, then all that information that Scott shared with you is where you need to be. And so you can find all that information that Scott shared with you on our website as well. And so if you have any questions, then we're more than welcome to help you. Our number is 580-616-7258, and I'd be more than happy to help you and get that information in your hands. I'm excited to see how big of a fish people catch.
I went to Call Lake this last weekend, and I got to tell you, I didn't. The ones I were catching were just little bitty crappie. I didn't catch anything big.
Yeah, did you throw them back?
We caught enough to eat for dinner. So,
ooh,
yeah.
Nice. Fish fry.
That's
like
right.
that. Well, there is a ton more things to get plugged into, and you can find that on our website, enid.org. And but other than that, that's all that I have for today for quality of life. But we do have some road closures I'm going to talk about. So there's a road closure over on East Maple Avenue, and that's for some construction. And that's going to be the East Maple Reconstruction Project. That's a mouthful. And so that's going to last about 4 weeks. So please be aware of that. And then we also have the road closure on Cheyenne and Thompson, and that is for some concrete repairs. And that should be wrapping up here soon, but that is projected to last 2 weeks. And then we also have a road closure over on the in the area of Phillips Avenue and North 30th Street, and that is for the new water line. Now, from what I understand, this is in support of the Caw water line. I think I said that wrong. Caw Lake water line. And so that is exciting. That will last 2 days. And then we also have this one that is on North Cleveland Street and Phillips Avenue, and they're going to be boring. Now, from what I understand, this is not going to impede traffic, but we are asking you to please be aware as you enter that area, and that is supposed to last 2 days as well. So we are offering some employment opportunities. Now, I just love to see opportunities come across, but I also love to see that the positions are getting filled, and so that is exciting too. And so, but we do have a part-time position for the EPTA transit driver, and now that does close today. So if that is sparks an interest, then go to our website and you can see the description of all of these positions, and we update that daily.
That's true, and I know that there are more full-time positions than just those two. It could be that we didn't have the right applicants during the last pool and they've been reposted, but please continue to check in online at enid.org/careers and see what we have to offer. It is great to work for the city of Enid.
It really is. It really is. We have a lot of great benefits. And so we're going to move into the upcoming meetings. And so I do know that we have the MAPC coming on June 20th, and then that's at the council chambers. And then, as always, so we have the city commission meeting and the MAPC meeting that happens in the chambers. And those happen on 2 separate dates. So that happens, so the commission meeting is the 1st and 3rd Tuesdays of the month, and the MAPC is every 3rd Monday. And so can you elaborate?
Sure. The MAPC meeting is your opportunity if you are trying to do some development in Enid, to get things zoned properly, to get plats, to do lot splits, those things of that nature. And there's a few lot splits coming up next Monday. And there's also, we've talked about at our last city council meeting, there was some talk of an industrial TIF, which is a tax increment district, and they're going to be presenting the Planning Commission with some information about a couple of different districts over there around 54th Street, 66th Street area in our industrial park, of creating some industry that could be coming into town. And so they'll be bringing that before the Planning Commission, and then that will also be on the agenda for Tuesday the 21st at 6:30. And before that, at 5 o'clock next Tuesday, during our study session, we have a couple of items that will be interesting to hear from. One of them is an update on the city's portion, what we've done for the transportation section for the new Enid Soccer Complex on Garland. And we have spent a lot of time and efforts to put in utility infrastructure, parking lots, sidewalks, things of that nature, and we'll give an update on where we are budget-wise and what we've accomplished. And then I think we'll hear from someone from the Enid Sports Association, and they'll give us a brief overview of what's been accomplished, on the private side, in the building that's been constructed, and there's some walls going up, there's stadium lights going up, there's some turf being put out on practice fields. There's a lot of great updates that we're going to give for the Enid Soccer Complex. And then after that, in the study session, we'll hear from Kurt Rogo, and he'll give us an update on what the state of Oklahoma is up to with the bills that are going through the House and the Senate, and how they will impact the city of Enid and municipal government. And so he'll be giving us an update on those things. And we haven't added a third item, but I think we'll have another item on the study session as well. And so keep staying tuned. I'm sure we'll have more details next week.
Absolutely.
For the meeting.
For sure we will. We always try and give you all the information that we can.
That's
so
right.
That way you're fully in the know and we're just transparent. And
You know, another great way to keep people in the know is our C-Click Fix app.
It is.
So that is a great way to keep informed about street closures, different things of that nature, and it's a way for you to communicate with us when you see an issue that you might need to report, such as a pothole, or it could be, you know, high grass and weeds or something of that nature that you don't like to see, and we can help try to take care of that. If you see a sign that's down, if you need a ride for public transportation, that's one of the most popular uses of it as well. So use C-Click Fix, and you can sign up for it, and that's also a way you can kind of hear about things that are happening as well.
That's very true. You did a great job. I like it. Well, I know that I've enjoyed my time with you, and so I hope that you have found something that sparks your interest to stay hydrated, because that is first and foremost the most important thing, because your body needs water to function. And so, aren't we made up of like 75% water?
It's a big number like that.
I mean, it's a big number.
Don't quote me on it.
I mean, me either. I just know I remember hearing that. But you could stay connected with what the City of Enid has going on, such as events and meetings and things like that. And you can go to our website. You can go to our Roku and our Fire TV, as well as our YouTube, C-Click Fix, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We are everywhere. You cannot miss us, I promise. And so if there's something that we've talked about today that you want more information on, then that's the place to get it.
You know, you feel free to reach out to us as well. We love to hear from you. We're here for you. And so, yes, there's my number down below. Please give me a call or shoot me an email. I'd love to hear from you. And stay safe this week, Enid, and we'll see you next week.
Bye. Thank you for watching.